All right, let's dive right in. If you're watching this, you're stepping into Internship 2, specifically Count 6013. First off, huge congratulations on making it this far in your clinical journey. Seriously, it's a massive achievement. Now, I know jumping into an advanced internship course can feel a bit, well, intimidating. The expectations are high, the clinical hours are demanding, and that syllabus, it can look like a giant mountain of requirements. But don't stress, because today we are laying out exactly how to succeed, hit your milestones, and graduate without the headache. We're turning those dense course documents into a clear, actionable roadmap.
To make this super digestible, we're breaking things down into 3 manageable chunks. First, your schedule and grading overview. Second, what we're calling the heavy hitters, your major assignments. And finally, the final boss, your clinical documentation portfolio.
Okay, starting with Section 1, Schedule and Grading Overview. Let's build that foundation.
So let's look at your schedule. The good news here is that it's highly structured. You have exactly 8 Monday evening sessions to plan your life around. These run from 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Your very first meeting kicks off on May 4th, and you'll wrap up the 8th and final formal meeting on August 10th. What's great about this is the predictability, right? You know exactly when you need to be logged on and engaged. Actually, do yourself a favor and just protect these Monday evenings on your calendar right now.
Now, how does this all translate to your final grade? This breakdown shows you the exact math you need. If you're gunning for that A, you need to secure between 94 and 100% of the total points. In plain English, you need to cross the 451-point threshold. Keeping an eye on this matrix gives you total control over your progress as the semester rolls on.
And keep this number, 480, locked in your mind. This is the absolute ceiling of the course. There are exactly 480 total points available across the entire semester. Every single assignment, reflection, and presentation is just chipping away at this big overarching number.
Moving on to Section 2, the heavy hitters. We're talking about the video and transcript assignments, which literally secure a massive 63% of your grade.
So what's really wild here is the sheer weight of this single assignment. The group leadership and facilitation video is worth an astounding 200 points. Yep, out of your 480 total, a full 42% of your entire grade is riding on this one task. For this, you're going to lead and facilitate a group session and capture that recording on Supervision Assist. Just a heads up, you are going to be evaluated using the specific SPC ASA1 group counseling skills rubric, so absolutely make sure you review that thing meticulously before you even hit record. And directly tied to that video is your verbatim transcript and critique form. This companion assignment adds another 100 points to your scorecard, bumping the total weight up to 21% of your final grade. So between the video and the transcript, you're looking at 300 out of your 480 points. This is exactly where you want to channel the bulk of your time, energy, and preparation.
To make this whole thing less overwhelming, think of it as a simple 3-step workflow. Step 1, you confidently lead your group session. Step 2, you make sure the session is actively recording on Supervision Assist. And Step 3, you sit down, review the tape, and knock out your verbatim transcription and critique form. Boom, one logical step at a time.
Now, here's a huge, non-negotiable rule. You, the student, absolutely must be clearly visible on the recording. I mean, think about it. The instructor can't grade your nonverbal cues, your posture, or those critical facilitation micro skills if they literally can't see you. So double-check those camera angles before the group even starts. If you aren't visible, the recording simply won't be evaluated.
Now, I can already hear some of you asking, well, what if my internship site strictly prohibits recording for confidentiality reasons? Don't panic, the course has an approved alternative for exactly this scenario. If you can't record, your site supervisor must observe your entire group session live. They'll then be the one to complete the group facilitation rubric. Plus, your instructor might also want a specific live group session assessment form filled out by them. The main takeaway? Communication. If you can't hit record, set this up with your supervisor and instructor immediately.
All right, we've made it to Section 3, the final boss, your clinical documentation portfolio. We're calling this the final boss because, quite frankly, you cannot pass the course without it. And the formatting instructions are incredibly strict. You have to submit all your required documents in exactly one single PDF file. Not a zip folder, not 20 different attachments, one single PDF. You'll submit this massive file to the Canvas Dropbox, and you also need to email it directly to Instructor Koenig at koenigl@lindsay.edu.
Listen, your attention to detail right here is absolutely paramount.
Look closely at the exact file naming convention on the left. Last name, first name, your ID number, the course name, and so on. If you just slap a generic name on it like my_portfolio like you see on the right, that's an instant rejection. You'll have to correct it and resubmit. Please don't let months of grueling clinical work get held up over a typo in a file name. Treat this documentation with the precision of an official medical record.
So, what's actually inside this giant PDF? It's 20 specific items, and they have to be in an exact order. Page 1 has to be your completed checkoff sheet. After that, you're compiling your trainee liability insurance, your ethics agreement, all 3 MOAs, your biweekly supervision logs, and every single midterm and final evaluation. But hey, pay super close attention to this next part. Your training report from Supervision Assist must show absolutely no pending hours. Seriously, 0. Every single clinical hour must be fully approved before this portfolio gets submitted. Finally, you'll cap the whole thing off with your completed rubrics and at least 1 hour of CEU certificates.
You might be wondering, why does all this meticulous organizing even matter? Well, because this portfolio isn't just academic busywork, it is literally your professional lifeline. The course explicitly advises you to save a copy of your submission email along with the attached PDF. Because 10 to 15 years from now, when you're applying for licensure in a new state or expanding your practice, a board might just ask for proof of your internship hours and evaluations. This single PDF is the exact proof that protects your career a decade down the line. Treat it like gold.
All right, let's bring it all home. With a solid grasp on your 8-meeting Monday schedule, a clear-cut strategy to tackle those massive 300-point video and transcript assignments, and your step-by-step checklist for that final PDF portfolio, you are entirely equipped to crush Internship 2. You know the exact path, you know what's expected, so as you look at your calendar for the months ahead, I want to leave you with this. The journey from a student to a licensed professional isn't magic. It's built on moments of deliberate preparation just like this one. Are you ready to take absolute ownership of your 480 points and step into your identity as a real clinician?